Does a bad facade at the entrance of a haunted attraction mean that haunt is just not very good? What up, creeps? I'm Hill. I'm the owner of Dr. Grimley's Haunted Trail, and I always have a rough time deciding on how much of a facade, how much detail, how much time and expense and effort I have to put into making the facade of each haunt. I'm a stickler on budget because I basically have no budget, and part of that comes with the time involved in building anything. I'm pretty much a one-man show. I have to do pretty much everything related to the haunt. I do have some actors and some friends that help occasionally, but for the most part, I have to do everything. So my time is extremely valuable, and with no budget, I can't afford a lot of fancy sets and a bunch of building materials. And the front of our haunt, the main focus is our stage with Grave Grim up there and all the synchronized lights to the music. And we also have the cemetery statues across the entire stage and across the entire facade, if you will, of the main entrance. So there's plenty to look at, but most haunts that you go to, they're going to have some dedicated facade for the entrance of each. But how important is that to you? If you've got this real fancy facade up front, does that set your expectations way too high to where when you're going through the haunt, it maybe is not as exciting? Or do you like that just because you're waiting to get in and it kind of adds to the ambiance, and it doesn't really matter if the inside compares exactly to the outside? But what are your thoughts on the facade? How important is the scenery and facade at the entrance of the haunt compared to inside the haunt? Does it have to fit the exact same intricacies that you see in the facade outside, or is it totally changed when you go inside? Or if you go into a haunt that has no facade, you're basically just waiting in line to get in. Maybe that increases the anticipation because you have no idea what's going on other than maybe a little backstory or signage or something like that. What are your thoughts on how important the facade at the front of a haunted attraction entrance is? Let me know in the comments, and we'll scare you real soon at Dr. Grimley's Haunted Trail.